Regular meeting of Board of School Board Trustees. Terry Freitas will lead us in prayer and pledge. Terry?
Heavenly Father, we gather here tonight to make important decisions that affect the future of our students and our community. And we ask you to guide us, give us wisdom and thoughtfulness, and prayerfully make these decisions that turn out the best for especially the students and the staff. We ask you to bless those who are in harm's way and are putting their lives on the line to protect us. We ask you to bless each child and each staff member. And we just ask again for wisdom. We pray in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Freitas.
Thank you.
Okay. Minutes from our past meetings.
Mr. President,
Mr. Cunningham.
make a motion to approve the minutes and the executive session certification as presented.
Okay, I need a second.
Second.
Second, Ms. Freitas. Motion made by Mr. Cunningham. Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Summer school, 2000, am I on the right? Okay, yeah. 91, summer school. So who's taking that?
Yes, I'll refer to Mrs. Winter on that subject.
I'm happy to report we will be having summer school.
That it?
Yeah, we're doing it very similar to what we did last year, except we're expanding it. We're at 272 elementary students right now, and a couple hundred secondary. We will be meeting 2 times a week starting May the 28th, and we'll conclude June the 20th, but the students who have attendance in that summer school will be able to keep their devices through the summer with courses and certain things that we'll want them to work on throughout the summer, and as long as they are doing that, then those devices will be theirs to keep for the entire summer. At the secondary level, we'll have a credit recovery portion of it. They will meet daily, May the 28th through June the 7th. Secondary students, sometimes it's hard to get them back. They have a couple days in between attending. So we want to keep them consistently. And then we're doing enrichment summer school with secondary this year, which means they can actually take courses that are virtual academy, everything from a CTE course to an AP course of their areas of interest. And we're also doing enrichment at every level with different types of subjects that we hope to keep kids interested. We're really striving, Mr. McKenzie's made that very clear, that he would like to have a year-round opportunities for students to learn, and we're just getting closer and closer to being able to do that because the power of our devices that our school board has invested in, as well as the curricular opportunities that we've been able to secure through different virtual academies.
Any questions from anybody?
Do the students sign up for that?
Yes.
They're not just chosen, they...
In elementary school, we are very intentional with our RTI students and our high ability students. If we have a parent that calls and has interest, then we talk with them to see, because those in the elementary, it's pretty specific programming while they're at school.
Now, is elementary...
Incoming 2nd grade through incoming 6th
Okay.
grade. And then middle school and high school, if you're willing to put the time in, then you can attend.
Okay.
Anyone else?
We will bring the board a recommendation in May as to the personnel that'll work summer school for your approval. I want to just add to what Mrs. Winter just said in regard to, I think most of the board, Mr. Herrera wasn't here at the time, but the rest of you know that 2 or 3 years ago, I outlined a vision on the part of Mississinewa Community Schools that we wanted to try to implement something close to year-round school without adding cost or adding calendar days to the traditional school calendar. And the best way to do that was through the digital devices that we've invested in, which are the best you can find for our students and staff. And I appreciate so much Mrs. Winter's work in this regard with our administrative team and with targeted teachers in planning the summer school experience. About 3 summers ago, 2 or 3 summers ago, we kind of did an experimental phase of implementing this plan to provide year-round school through the summer school experience, and we've added the number of students every year. The research indicates that students who are at risk or who are marginal, who are below grade level in reading or math, the summertime sets them back. And so we really, to answer your question, again, Mrs. Freitas, we do target some students. We do target those at-risk students, those marginal students, those students below grade level. We do target them. But we're expanding it to include all students who want the opportunity. And I appreciate the work of our administrative team in expanding these opportunities.
Is this still going to be called the academy, the summer academy, or is it summer
Yes.
school?
It's still Indian Academy.
Okay.
Yeah. I do, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I did want to finish up with just a couple things. For any kind of program that is going to be as deep and broad, big as this, you have to have a ton of individuals involved in it for it to be successful. And I just briefly want to read 4 areas that we are really focusing on as we're writing curriculum and we're looking at student achievement. And we're by not any means there yet, but we consistently are demonstrating that disadvantaged need not be a barrier for achievement. We are highly inclusive, having complete regard for the process and personal development of every pupil. We develop individual students through promoting rich opportunities both within and outside of the classroom. We are robust and rigorous in terms of self-evaluation and data analysis with clear strategies for improvement. And we've strived in those 4 areas plus 4 others in looking at students as we're working with them in the summer. So I really want to compliment the administrators, the guidance counselors, we happen to have one here today, and the teachers, because this is a huge undertaking to have a program like this, and it requires a lot of extra thought when you're